Today I've recorded this video with a revelation of the key, and it was this in the moment revelation in a way, and understanding about the missing link, the missing key of our human condition in this place. And that is that there is no salvation, no exterior salvation coming in a way, in the usual way in which it was purported or promoted, let's say. But that I like that other word, but I can't pronounce it apparently. Purported. Anyway, I like that word. I would have wanted to use it now. Anyway, so there's no savior coming to save us, but we can't save ourselves either. So the key here is to save each other. This is the only thing we have and we can do. We can't save oneself. We can't save ourselves, but we can save another. And if we can save another, then that's immense. That's immense. So I was saying in this other video that I recorded today that if you were to find yourself in a desert with only a tiny bit of water left in your flask, and you would encounter somebody, a man, a woman, even an animal, which would be almost dying out of thirst, almost unable to even move anymore, out of exhaustion and thirst. What would you do? With your current instincts, exactly as you are right now, what would you do? Would you give that bit of water left to this other person? Or would you keep it to yourself? And after I recorded this video today, I had another realization, and I thought I felt to record it now. You know what I think? I think that most of us, we would give that water to the other one. And I know how alien this sounds, because if you look in the majority of human beings in the way they are right now, you can definitely see that that's not the case. Almost none, like very, very, very few human beings, as they are right now, would be able to give that water to the other one. Most of them, they would either keep it to themselves or try to, cheat the test and say like, oh, I'll do half and half, I'll take a sip from it and I'll give a sip to the other and it's gonna be equal, But that's cheating the game, by the way, the test. Because the test is like, would you give it entirely to the other one? Let's say you could save the other one with that amount of water. Would you give it entirely to it? So right now, I believe very few, if put in the real situation, would be able to give that water to the other one. But I believe that at our heart, in our heart, we would give that water to the other one. And this is what this recording is about. I think this is what we are, man. I think that in our heart we are 100% pure beings. And we care for each other. And we love each other. More than we can even imagine. There is a love between us that we forgot about. We love each other. More than we can remember. And we would always give that water to the other one. We would always give our life to the others. Always, undoubtedly. But something makes us right now not be able to act from this purity that we are. At heart, at our nature, we are like this. We are like this. But something, has us trapped in a corruption of sorts that corrupts our mind, corrupts our heart, makes us afraid, makes us weak, makes us, paranoid with fear, and thus we become these monsters in a way. We become these people which would not give that water to the other one. Instead, they would keep that water to themselves. This is what the majority of us would do right now. We would keep that water to ourselves. But that's what I'm saying with this recording. It's like, this is far from being what we are. There's something else that makes us behave in this way. We would never behave in this way in our natural sense, in our natural state. We would never behave like this. So when you see yourself, that you see that your instincts are so weak, and you want to ensure your own survival, and you want to keep that water to yourself, let's say, never blame yourself for this, man. Never put that blame onto you. Don't add more weight to the weight that you are already under. Because it's far from being your fault. It's like these corrupted instincts and this dysfunctional nature and this evilness that exists within us, this fear basically, it's far from being your fault. You are just the carrier of this evil, the carrier of this weight. It's the original sin which we all inherit. You inherit this weight, this sin, this evil that makes you see the world in this corrupted way and act corruptly. So this is the message with this recording. Like, even though many of us, we are impure at hearts right now, like, don't allow yourself to put even more weight on that heart. It's already heavy enough. Don't put more weight with blame on it. It is what it is. We all have this original sin, this original darkness in us, this original evilness, which stems primarily from fear, as I said. We all have fear in us, and if we are afraid, we are atrocious. We can be atrocious. So we all carry this original fear, this original sin. But we should remember our true nature, and we should remember that at our core, at our heart, in that pristine, let's say, unbreakable, unshakable, unmovable, unchangeable part of us, which is always the absolute form of what we truly are, we are purity itself. We are pure at hearts. I would even go as far as to say, like, even the most evil person that ever existed is pure at heart. And has always been pure at heart. But currently we are under this spell, and we are living in a form of or another of delusion and illusion and a trance and a hypnosis. And we are infected with a parasite of sorts that got us becoming mad and insane with each other. And we are under the disease and the spell and the influence and the effects of this virus, of this parasite. Not only that we are ready to kill others, people have been literally killing others, and not just one. Sometimes they've been killing many, hundreds, even millions, if we would take history into account, and you would believe what historical records are saying. I disbelieve history, by the way. I think everything is a charade and everything is a Truman Show, but extended to the scales of, let's say, a global scale. And everything is a Truman Show. Nothing ever happens in the way it is purported, if that's the word again. But that's another thing. So we are under this illness, all of us, and we are acting in an unnatural way with each other. But just know that even if you see yourself weak, even if you see yourself like, man, it's just, God, I would want to give this water to the other one, but, it's just like, I'm so afraid that my mind freezes in fear. And it doesn't allow me, it doesn't allow me to give this water to the other one. If you see yourself being under this position, just know it's all right. It's all right. I mean, it's not all right, of course. You are ill. But, as I said, it's just like, what good does it make if you start beating yourself for it? Anyway, you won't solve your illness by, strapping yourself to a pole somewhere and allowing, people or yourself to beat you up for it. You're ill, and that's it. And we don't know the cure yet. And this illness is in everybody. We are all insane and driven insane by this point. And we are ill physically, mentally, and emotionally. But just know that these words are the truth, and you are pure at heart. And just know that in our true nature, we would always give that water to the other one. Always, undoubtedly. Like, there wouldn't even be a second thought. Instantly. Imagine that that's who we are at heart. Instantly, like, there wouldn't be a second thought at all. Not even a second instance of thought. You would know that other one is the water, you immediately give it. You don't have even a second thought of wondering what would happen to me. That's not even existing in our true nature. You see the need of the other, you give it instantly. That's how much we trust life in our true nature. We don't even have second thoughts about, what will happen to me? Will I have to drink? Will I find an oasis? Will I find water? How will it feel if I die out of thirst? Will it feel painful? Would I want to go through that? Is this person already almost dying? Maybe I should leave it die and just, keep a bit more to myself, the water. Maybe I can save myself instead of both of us dying. And there wouldn't even be a second instance of thought. In true life, you see a need, you immediately fulfill it instantly. Like, There's zero gap between need and fulfillment. You see it, you boom, you do it. That's how much you trust life. That's who you are. And because you trust life with your life, basically, life trusts you with itself. And this is why you never basically die. You never get to die out of thirst. Even if you gave the, last bit of water to the other one, you never get to die out of thirst, because life has seen what you've done, and it's there to meet you, to create with you, to continue the story. When you thought the story ended because you just gave up your last remaining chance of survival, and you just gave up, the last remaining amount of water to the other one, and it's just, oh man, it's just end of story. It's just, oh, life can be creative, I can assure you that. Life is creative. More creative than we human beings can comprehend. Life speaks in miracles. Truly. Literally. So this is what you are at heart. You are this pure, eternally, let's say, light heart. It's always light like a feather, even more lighter than a feather. It's pure transparency, 100% transparency. This is what you truly are in your true nature. It's just, your heart is so light that it almost becomes inexistent. You are pure transparency. There is zero fear, 0.000. It's just zero fear, absence of any fear. And instead of fear, there is only complete absolute trust and complete absolute faith. It's just, you are faith. You don't have faith, you are faith itself. And when you are faith itself, everything can happen. So just a reminder here of what we truly are, because the times that we are in right now are dark and are getting darker and darker, and the pressure of this darkness weighs heavier and heavier upon all of us, and we are all slowly almost like getting more and more depressed and insane. And probably most of us disgusted in a way with this illness that we cannot feel we have any control over, and we see ourselves doing all sorts of stupid things all day long, being cruel, being impure, being, heartless, being savages, being less than animals. We see ourselves doing harm to life all day long, and for the true human beings, this is extremely depressing when you see yourself being part of the evil that you condemn. And you see it. It's just undeniable that it's part of you as well. And this can be extremely, it's like depressing to the point of like wanting to, even take your own life, because so many thoughts can occur, like with, like, if I'm evil, and I can't stop the evil, well, what's the point? I'm doing harm to life, and I'm doing harm to the others, I'm doing harm to myself. I'm just a, one of these focal points of infection. I'm just infecting a life and everything around me, and I don't know how to stop it. But yeah, man, know that independent of what you are right now, what you have been brought to, what you have become. You have an original version of yourself. You are an original being which has an original version of yourself. And you are 100% pure. So you've always been like this. Even if you can not see yourself right now correctly in this true form, I remember you. I see yourself. I see you correctly. I know what you are and who you are. So even if you feel you don't have any power to change anything in your life, to change any of your habits, even if you feel you're too overwhelmed by this, evil, by this parasite, by this disease that makes you do all sorts of like evil deeds and think evil thoughts and, just do harm unto others or to yourself. I remember. Yeah, I remember you. I remember the entirety of life. I know what life is. And I think there are others who remember you as well. We are here for you. We remember you. Independent if you think of yourself like a lousy human being or not, or you think of yourself like a superior one, you're neither of these things, neither superior nor inferior. And you are remembered. Life remembers you. Life sees you and knows you for what you truly are. And in the eyes of life, you've never changed. You're completely exactly as you always were. So you have a home. You have a home that is always awaiting, always knows you, always remembers you. You have a home. We have no idea of what we are going to do with this disease and everything that we are under. But there is a home. There is somebody there which remembers us, all of us. You are remembered. I am remembered. And from time to time, whenever you might so feel, you might be able to allow yourself to just, let go. Let go of everything. And just plunge into this abyss, into this void of apparent nothingness, in which the arms and embrace of life itself is there, always to caress you. Whenever you're ready, you can find your path back home by finding this nothingness, this emptiness, this void. It's there, the whisper of life, the one which you always knew. It's there to meet you again. It's there to whisper again your true name. It's there to make you remember your true nature, who and what you truly are. Life never forgot you, and it's time you remember life again. because you are remembered by life itself. Always.